Back here with another 5-minute Bible where I'm Pastor Adam. I take you through a Bible study in 5 minutes, and we're in 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verses 1 through 5. So let's get going. And I, brethren, when I came to you, did not come with excellent of speech or of wisdom, declaring to you the testimony of God. Sometimes we think, what does it take to declare the testimony of God? That is to declare the gospel, to be a good gospel preacher. Does it take man's wisdom or excellence of speech? Paul says it doesn't. It doesn't take that. Here's what it takes. He says, I determined not to know anything among you except this. This is what he brought. Jesus Christ and him crucified. He says, I was with you. Here's how he came. In weakness, in fear, and in much trembling. When we think of Paul, is that how we think of Paul? Do we think of him in weakness and in fear and in trembling? We read Paul's letters and we think of this powerhouse, this man that was probably towering, is Paul the apostle, right? I mean, you read Romans and you read even Thessalonians and you go, man, the strength and the power. And he says, when I was with you, I was in weakness and in fear and in much trembling. He says, and my speech and my preaching were not with persuasive words of human wisdom. It is not that we try to persuade with our words. That's not how it happens. But in the demonstration of the Spirit and of power. Why? That your faith, here's what's so important, that your faith should not be in the wisdom of men, but in the power of God. It is in the power of God, not in the wisdom of men. In other words, I am not trying to persuade you by using super great words, big magical words. How many great words I can use? Can I come up with a lot of theological terms, or just trick you with my many words? He sounds so great. Oh, he's got a great story he tells, and I can just whip up your emotions, and let me get the music playing just right, and just whip up your emotions and get you going. It's not about that. It's about the power of God. And let me just say that anything good that ever happens with the preaching of a man is by the power of the Holy Spirit. It is the Holy Spirit who is moving. If you are hearing anything and it is doing any benefit in you, it is the Holy Spirit that is doing it. And I pray that the Holy Spirit does take even these 5-minute Bible studies and does a good work in you. But here he says in verse 2, I determined not to know anything among you except Jesus Christ and him crucified. Everything boils down to this. It boils down to the person and the work of Jesus. Everything that we believe, everything that really matters about our faith. And that's what Paul says. I would come down, all of his preaching, everything that Paul would say that matters about his preaching came down to two main things: the person and the work of Jesus Christ. When we talk about what really matters in the Christian faith, what are we going to divide over? What are we going to unify around? And that's going to be this: Christ and him crucified. And in simple terms, that is this: who is Jesus? Who is the person of Jesus, and what has he done? The person and the work of Jesus Christ. There's a lot of different things that we believe. But the thing that really matters is who is Jesus and what has he done? Christ and him crucified. Paul says that's what really matters. Jesus and him crucified. This has been 5-Minute Bible. I love you, and until next time, God bless you.